Hey, great people. It's your girl, Lady E, checking in at the park today. And I just thought, let me pop on here to talk to my nonprofits and my churches. If I could show you or teach you a strategy that will help you to build income streams for your nonprofit or your churches, would you do it? Would you tap into those streams? Let me give you a brief overview of what I'm talking about in one of my teaching sessions. So I teach my nonprofits and churches that donations are not your only stream of income. Did you know that? Did you know that donations are not the only way you can make money in your ministry? So, bye. I am keen on teaching churches that it is not okay to hijack the saints. It is not okay. It is not okay to lock the doors and tell your neighbors this is what we're left with the budget and this is what we need. And so tap your neighbor and ask your neighbor, can you borrow $20? Can you do this? Can you do that? No. So we always teach our congregations that the wealth is in the fish's mouth. So if the wealth is in the fish's mouth, then why are you hijacking the saints that's already in the house? The wealth is in the fish's mouth. So it's in outside activities. It's in other areas and arenas to make money. It's not necessarily just in the church, but those that are in the church have an abundance of ability to process wealth or generate income for the church. What you talking about, Lady E? If I could show you and I can teach you how to generate streams of income where you're creating consistent, predictable revenue, income, assets for your ministry, would you join that class? Would you do the training? Because a lot of times we're struggling and all of the finances for the ministry is coming out of the pastors that are still working pockets. And only 3 to 5% in some churches, maybe 10 to 15% is coming from the tithes and or offerings that are coming into the church. So if the church doesn't have a lot of partnerships, they don't have a lot of people that are connecting with them outside of the church, and then those that are in the church are not fully giving, they're not tithing that 10% and then giving an offering above and beyond their tithe, then a lot of times the expenses to fund and operate the building of the ministry, the outreach department, the rent, the light, the gas, the heat, the hot water, the air, the maintenance of the ministry, the insurance that I know y'all got as churches. I know you have insurance. I know you do. There's no way you're operating the kingdom business without insurance. Am I right or am I right? Okay. So all of those are expenses. Running the Sunday school, being open multiple days during the week. It costs to have the doors of the church open. Every time the doors of the church open, it should be revenue. And I'm not talking about raising an offering every single time the doors is open. That's not what I'm talking about. There are ways to create income streams. If I was to teach you, would you join that class? Would you be a willing participant? Will you actively listen, using both sides of your brain to listen, to get what I'm trying to teach you? Because the wealth is indeed in the fish's mouth. And there are revenue streams within our church that are untapped potential because we just don't know how to access it. And I'm willing to partner with you to help you access these revenue streams. Because ministries, nonprofits, listen, donors going out trying to find a donors list, trying to recreate an email list, trying to do these funnels. These are not the only ways we can generate money. So I'll give you one. If your ministry is only open on Wednesdays and Sundays, what about the other 5 days during the week? What is happening with your ministry? What's happening with the doors of the church? What's happening with the doors of the nonprofit? If you guys are only open when it's time for you to give out your donations, when it's time for you to do an outreach event, when it's time for you to do whatever your nonprofit is structured for, if you're only open for that one time, what else is happening with the building that you have? How are you using it? Are you putting the building to use? And if you are, in what way? Am I making you think? I want you to tap my bio below. I will have, well, in the bio and in the comments, I'll have my website. Click on a free 15-minute consultation call with me, and let's talk about it. Let's get you on the books. Let's help you out, because guess what? When I go to these churches and I see them struggling, and I'm like, you don't have to. The opportunity to achieve what God has for us, to have that Zoe kind of life, is made possible. But if we don't know how to tap into it, because nobody taught us, nobody educated us, nobody made us keenly aware of the things that God has allowed in us or have given us access to, then we don't know how to pull that out. And so I want to teach you how to draw out what's already in you. So go ahead and tap my link below. Visit jjtc.info for more information and to book that consultation call. It's your girl, Lady E, saying there's way more ways to pull income than hijacking the saints. Bye, guys.